Chosen one, your deeds have been rewarded. Your faith, determination, and the unshakable light in your soul broke down all obstacles. This sacred path you walked has brought you to the place you deserve. You did not give up despite all the difficulties. Those who tried to stop you fell, but you rose. Now, the reward for your deeds is laid before you. This is your time. This is your victory. Your enemies tried to stop you, put roadblocks in your way, played all kinds of tricks to shake your spirit. But they forgot. They thought you were just a traveler, when in fact you were a warrior. You have passed through trials, you have passed through fire, and now you shine like gold. God's hand has always been on you. Your destiny is destined to glorify you. Now no one can ignore you. No one can ignore you. So write 77 in the comments now, because you, the chosen one, have proven that you will not fall. Today, the doors to everything you deserve are opening. With your courage, your resilience, your unwavering faith, this moment has come. Now the old books are closed. Everything that held you back, every obstacle, every chain has been shattered. You have vast horizons, abundance, prosperity, and victory ahead of you. You have won with your own hands, with your own determination, and now it is time. Take it and own it. They stood upon a throne built on deceit, convinced that their dominion was untouchable. Yet, their arrogance became their downfall, and the weight of their own corruption crushed them. The storm they unleashed has turned against them, unraveling the foundations of their empire. What once stood as an unshakable fortress is now a ruin of shattered ambitions. Those who wove intricate webs of manipulation now find themselves ensnared by the very forces they sought to control. The tide has shifted, and justice, relentless and unyielding, sweeps through the corridors of power. They are no longer the architects of fate, but the remnants of a failed scheme. Their end is no longer a question, it is an inevitability. Their past transgressions summon a force beyond their comprehension, one that does not bargain, does not hesitate, and does not forgive. The very energies they tried to bend to their will now move with precision against them. What once obeyed their whispered commands now rebels against them, erasing the illusion of their authority. There is no negotiation, no escape, no salvation from what follows them now. They hear echoes in the silence, glimpses of shadows that do not belong, and feel an encroaching presence that no barrier can keep away. What they once commanded with absolute certainty has turned, and there is no force in existence that will answer their cries for mercy. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Every pillar that supported their rule crumbles. Their commands, once met with unquestioning obedience, are now ignored. Those who once trembled in their presence now walk away without a second thought. Their whispers, once enough to shift the course of entire nations, now fade into irrelevance. Those they manipulated slip from their grasp, severing the chains that once bound them. Their intricate network, painstakingly built over generations, disintegrates as betrayal spreads like wildfire. The illusion of power has been shattered, and in its place, The weight of their own downfall consumes them. Panic replaces the certainty they once held. The very halls where they once dictated the fates of others now ring with their own fear. Paranoia seeps into every corner, and they turn on one another in a desperate attempt to salvage what cannot be saved. They search for scapegoats, for answers, for an escape that does not exist. Every door they once opened with ease is now sealed against them. Their cries for aid are met with silence. The empire they thought would endure beyond the reach of consequence now lies in ruins at their feet. Their final mistake was believing they were beyond the reach of reckoning. The world always tried to define you before you could define yourself. Behind closed doors, unseen figures examined your existence long before you even knew your own strength. They did not wait for you to rise. They anticipated it, dreading the moment you would step into your purpose. Their fear was not of who you were, but of what you were destined to become. In places hidden from the eyes of the world, secret assemblies whispered your name, dissecting prophecies that foretold your arrival. They had charts, calculations, and ancient records detailing the very energy signature that marked you as an anomaly in their carefully designed order. Every strategy they crafted, every system they built, was not just about control. It was about suppressing the very essence that radiated from within you. Forces moved against you long before you were even aware of the battle. Their eyes followed your every step, their influence attempting to mold your choices, their hands manipulating the reality around you. They mistook you for something that could be predicted, something that could be studied, contained, and reprogrammed. But what they failed to realize is that you were never a part of their system. You existed outside of their design. No matter how closely they monitored you, no matter how precisely they tried to steer your path, they could not override the divine code embedded within your soul. You were beyond their grasp before they even made the first move. Their reach extended into every avenue of control, stretching into institutions that dictated what people should believe, how they should think, and what paths they should follow. Their power was a tangled web spun over generations, unseen but omnipresent. They embedded their influence into the very structure of society, making themselves the architects of reality. But for all their mastery of deception, there was one truth they could not alter. They could never own you. You existed beyond the grasp of their authority. No decree, no false history, no manipulation could erase the undeniable force that lived within you. You were the flaw in their flawless machine, the one variable they could never predict, the force they could not subdue. Like a lighthouse standing steadfast in a stormy harbor, your soul has been designed to shine brightly even when darkness surrounds you. Just as a tiny seed endures the pressure of the soil before emerging as a magnificent oak, every twist and turn in your life has been carefully arranged to nurture your inner strength and reveal your divine purpose. Nothing in your life has ever been mere chance. Every trial, every moment of sorrow, every barrier that appeared on your path was set in place with unwavering precision and deliberate intent. There were those who watched you closely from the very beginning, examining your every move as if they were trying to contain a wild, untamable spirit. They analyzed your feelings, scrutinized your deepest struggles, and charted every obstacle with the aim of constructing a confining prison around you, a trap meticulously built to keep you from rising to your true potential. Yet, despite their intricate schemes and well-laid plans, you did not falter. Instead of shattering under the weight of adversity, the hardships meant to crush you transformed into the very stepping stones that propelled you to greatness. Each setback, each moment of heartache, became an opportunity for you to sharpen your wisdom and deepen your understanding. Every time betrayal cut through your life, it only served to strengthen your resolve and hone your ability to discern truth from falsehood. What they intended to be your downfall instead became the forge in which your true character was refined. Consider this: the struggles they designed with cold, calculated intent were not meant to break your spirit. They were meant to reveal the resilient force within you. They hoped that by weaving deception and hardship into your journey, you would lose sight of who you truly are. But instead, every false turn and every misdirected obstacle drew you closer to the divine light that resides within your soul. Rather than being lost in the darkness they tried to cast upon you, you discovered a radiant inner truth that no man-made design could ever extinguish. Every trial, every painful experience was a lesson delivered with divine precision. It was as though the hand of providence was guiding you through a labyrinth, ensuring that each challenge was not just a barrier, but a deliberate test designed to elevate your spirit. In the face of relentless adversity, you emerged stronger. Your insight deepened, your discernment honed like a well-polished mirror, reflecting the truth of your essence. In the process, the very hardships that were intended to limit you instead became the catalysts that awakened your full potential. Imagine a master craftsman who, when faced with an imperfect piece of raw stone, does not see a flaw, but rather the hidden masterpiece within. So too, every struggle you encountered was not a curse, but a blessing in disguise, a tool to chisel away at the rough edges of your being, revealing the divine sculpture that lay dormant inside. Each moment of despair was an invitation to tap into a reservoir of strength and resilience that you had not yet realized was yours. Every roadblock was not a sign of defeat, but rather a marker on the path to a destiny greater than you could have ever envisioned. In the quiet moments when you questioned your own worth, when the weight of every hardship seemed unbearable, there was a higher purpose at work. You were being refined like gold in the crucible of life's most challenging trials. The pressure that was meant to break you only served to purify your spirit, preparing you for the abundant blessings that were destined for you. And while the architects of your suffering believed that they could control your fate, they underestimated the power of the divine force that guides you, a force that works in mysterious and wondrous ways to bring forth prosperity and truth. Each step you took, each stumble along the way, was part of a grand design, a design that recognized the precious potential within you long before you ever realized it yourself. Your journey, marked by both light and shadow, was crafted to reveal a deeper, more resilient version of who you are. The hardships you faced were not random acts of misfortune, but rather they were intentional experiences meant to prepare you for a destiny that is as vast and boundless as the universe itself. Even in the moments when the world seemed intent on confining you within invisible chains, you discovered that every barrier was simply a stepping stone toward the higher calling that awaited you. The pain, the setbacks, and the betrayals were all part of a divine curriculum designed to elevate you beyond the ordinary. The struggles that were laid out before you became the very foundation upon which you built your legacy, a legacy that resonates with the promise of new beginnings and the unyielding power of a transformed spirit. As you stand here today, look back on every moment of hardship and see them not as marks of defeat, but as badges of honor, proof that you have been tempered in the fires of adversity and polished by the winds of challenge. Understand that the very trials that were meant to confine you have become the instruments through which your true nature has been revealed. They were lessons imparted by a higher power, guiding you to discover the untapped reservoirs of strength, wisdom, and divine favor that reside within your heart. In this grand tapestry of life, every thread of sorrow, every fiber of struggle, was woven with careful intent to form a masterpiece that is uniquely yours. The designers of your pain thought they could cage your spirit, but little did they know that each constraint would only serve to ignite the flame of your resilience. They sought to lead you astray with distractions and false promises, yet you navigated the maze of challenges with unwavering determination, emerging each time more aligned with the higher purpose that beckoned you forward. It is said that in our darkest moments, the light of our true nature shines the brightest. And indeed, when all seemed lost, you discovered that the obstacles in your life were merely the stepping stones leading to a divine revelation. With every betrayal that cut deep, you unearthed a deeper well of insight. With every disappointment, you found the strength to rise again, more determined and more connected to the force that guides you, a force that is as eternal as it is benevolent. Let it be known that your life, with all its challenges and trials, is not a series of random misfortunes, but a carefully crafted journey toward ultimate transformation. Each hardship was a divine appointment, a moment of revelation that prepared you to claim the abundant blessings that await you. In the grand design of the cosmos, nothing is left to chance. Every experience, whether joyous or sorrowful, has been a stepping stone to the higher destiny that has been written for you. So as you continue along your path, hold fast to the truth that every struggle you have faced has served a higher purpose. Recognize that the obstacles placed in your way were not meant to diminish you, but to empower you, to awaken you to the greatness that lies within. Each setback, each moment of pain, has contributed to the deep reservoir of wisdom and strength that now defines you. And though the forces that sought to break you worked tirelessly to confine you, they could not extinguish the divine light that burns within your soul. Embrace the challenges of your journey with gratitude, for they are the instruments that have molded you into the resilient, courageous, and radiant being that you are today. Every trial was a gentle reminder that you are never alone, that the guiding hand of divine providence is always with you, lifting you up even when the weight of the world seems unbearable. Trust in the process, knowing that every hardship was an essential part of your divine evolution, a necessary step toward the fulfillment of your true destiny. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. May you walk forward with confidence and grace, ever mindful that the struggles of yesterday have paved the way for the blessings of tomorrow. And as you continue to grow, may you always remember that your journey is a sacred testament to the power of resilience, the beauty of transformation, and the unbreakable strength of a spirit that is guided by divine love and purpose. Let this truth be the foundation upon which you build your future, that every challenge was crafted not to defeat you, but to elevate you, to transform your pain into power, your sorrow into strength, and your struggles into stepping stones toward a destiny filled with hope, abundance, and everlasting light. Your life is a living testimony to the fact that no matter how arduous the road may seem, there is a divine purpose behind every trial, and every obstacle is but a temporary pause in the symphony of your magnificent journey toward greatness. And now, my dear friend, stand tall in the face of adversity. Know that you are a beacon of light in a world that often seeks to dim the brilliance of your soul. Every hardship, every roadblock, every moment of despair has been a crucial part of the masterpiece that is your life. Embrace your journey with gratitude, for it is through these experiences that you have been prepared to receive the boundless blessings that await you. Rejoice in the knowledge that the trials of the past have only made you stronger, more resilient, and more connected to the eternal force that guides every step you take. Remember always, the challenges you have overcome have forged within you a spirit that is unyielding and indomitable. You have been refined by the fires of adversity, and now, as you step into the fullness of your destiny, you carry with you the wisdom, strength, and divine favor that no force on earth can ever diminish. Walk in the assurance of your own greatness, for you are destined for prosperity, abundance, and a life that radiates the light of truth and love. Like a mighty river, cutting through a timeless valley, your journey flows forward with unstoppable grace and purpose. May this message resonate deeply within your heart, urging you to press onward with unwavering faith and resolve. Every challenge you encounter is not a setback, but a divine appointment, a carefully placed marker on your path to greatness. Just as the river overcomes every stone in its course by simply flowing around it, so too can you transform every moment of despair into an opportunity for renewal and growth. Every obstacle in your life is part of a larger, sacred design, a design that points toward a future filled with promise and light. When you face difficulties, remember that they are stepping stones laid by a loving hand, each one crafted to refine your character and prepare you for a destiny that is both magnificent and rightfully yours. Let each trial remind you that you are never alone on this journey. The presence of divine guidance is with you every step of the way, encouraging you to rise above and embrace the blessings waiting just around the bend. In times of hardship, draw strength from the truth that the Lord has a plan for you, a plan to prosper you and to give you hope for the future. When the road seems rugged and the nights long, lean on your faith, knowing that every moment of difficulty is merely a prelude to the abundant joy that awaits you. The struggles you face are not signs of defeat, but invitations to grow stronger, to learn more deeply, and to prepare for the overwhelming success that is destined to be yours. Imagine your life as a garden, where every seed of challenge, when nurtured with faith and perseverance, blossoms into a vibrant flower of achievement and fulfillment. The very trials that once seemed like barriers are now the tools that cultivate your inner strength, enabling you to harvest a future rich with promise. Each setback sharpens your insight, each disappointment builds your endurance, and every test of character molds you into the person you are meant to be. A person of unwavering conviction, radiant hope, and infinite possibility. So, as you stand on the brink of each new day, let your spirit be lifted by the assurance that your destiny is illuminated by the promise of a bright and glorious future. Embrace each challenge with the certainty that it is a divine stepping stone to a life filled with prosperity, joy, and abundance. Hold fast to your faith, for it is the anchor in turbulent times and the beacon that guides you through even the darkest valleys. Keep moving forward, confident in the knowledge that every trial you overcome brings you closer to the magnificent destiny that has been divinely ordained for you. With every breath, let your heart echo the truth of your purpose, and let your life become a testimony to the transformative power of faith and divine favor. The path before you is not one of random hardship, but a trail paved with blessings, waiting to lead you into the light of a new, triumphant day. In the grand tapestry of life, you are the master artist, and every hardship has been a brushstroke in the creation of your beautiful, unique masterpiece. Trust in the divine process, celebrate the lessons learned, and step boldly into the light of your true calling. For in the end, it is not the obstacles that define you, but the way in which you rise above them, turning every trial into a triumph and every setback into a glorious opportunity for transformation. They infiltrated every corner of your life. Their agents came under many disguises, some wrapped in the illusion of love, others posing as friends, and some arriving as mentors who promised guidance. Every single one had a singular goal: to divert you from the path you were meant to walk. They studied your vulnerabilities, learning what moved you, what made you hesitate, what could lead you astray. They planted the wrong people at the right moments, weaving distractions into your journey. They designed illusions so perfect that even the strongest could be fooled. But despite all their strategies, their methods failed. The power they underestimated within you became the force that dismantled their deception. Every lie they built crumbled under the weight of your awakening. You were never alone. Even when you felt isolated, even when the weight of the battle seemed too much to bear, unseen hands shielded you. A force beyond their comprehension stood guard over you. They thought they could surround you with darkness, but there was always a light they could not extinguish. They thought they had the power to dictate your fate, but they did not account for the protection that was already woven into your existence. The barriers they placed in your path became stepping stones. The betrayals they orchestrated became lessons in discernment, and the attacks they launched only strengthened the armor you did not even realize you were wearing. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Everything changed the moment you recognized what had always been true. The illusions shattered, the deception lost its hold, and their power crumbled against your clarity. They had operated in secrecy for so long that they never prepared for a world where you would see through their facade. The programming stopped working. The manipulation lost its grip. Their attacks found no target. The same forces that once hindered you now serve as proof of your resilience. What once wounded you now empowers you. The moment of realization was not just a victory, it was an ascension beyond anything they could counter. Truth is a force that cannot be denied. Those who seek it will find it, but not everyone is ready to face it. For those who walk this path, it is not about simply understanding. It is about embodying the power of revelation. There are no illusions left to cling to, no more chains to break, no more doubts to entertain. This is not the end of the battle. This is the confirmation that the battle has already been won. You did not just survive, you conquered. You did not just withstand their assault, you transcended it. And now, they stand on the other side of history, powerless to reclaim what was never theirs to control.